Announcements.
On WDMS News.
Today is Tuesday, February 26th, B-Day. Please stand for the pledge of the Dundalk Middle School Code of Conduct.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I am safe, I am respectful, and I am responsible at Dundalk Middle School and in my community. Please be seated.
Now let's find out what happened on this date in history.
At this day in history, February 26th.
In 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte escaped from the island of Elba to begin his second conquest of France. On this day in 1848, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels published the Communist Manifesto in London. Today in 1993, a bomb hidden in a van in a parking lot beneath the World Trade Center exploded. It was the first attack on the Twin Towers, which would later fall on 9/11/2001. And on this day, 10 years apart, two of the nation's greatest public treasures were preserved for the American people. The storied beauty of the Grand Canyon was set aside as a national park in 1919. A decade later, vast stretches of the towering Teton Mountains were put under protection as the Grand Teton National Park. And that's this day in history.
Today's math problem is the quantity of 6 minus 3 to the second power divided by 3 minus 3. Be sure to let your math teacher know if you can solve it. And now here's Emily with the word of the day.
Today's word of the day is collaborate. Several students plan to collaborate on their geology project for the annual science fair. And again, today's word of the day is collaborate.
Yearbook sales have begun. Yearbooks this year are going to cost $28. You can turn your order forms in to your homeroom teachers. All orders must be made by March 1st. Checks must be made out to Dundalk Middle School. If you need another order form, please see Ms. White.
Homework Club will be meeting Wednesday afternoons in room 108. That's Miss Johnson's room. Anyone that needs help with homework or catching up on makeup work for their classes is invited, and you must bring work to do.
Now let's get a check on the weather from Rhiannon.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Rhiannon Turner bringing you your week of weather. This morning we have rain with chance of sleet, and our precipitation is at 100% even as we reach the afternoon. Our high for today is 45 degrees with patchy fog as we lean into the night, only to drop 4 degrees to our low of 41 degrees. So let's cover up and stay dry, Dundalk Middle School. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Rhiannon.
Now for some words of wisdom.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Intisar Muhammad with a few words of wisdom. We live in an amazing time in history. It's hard to keep up with the changes in technology. More than 60 years ago, an English writer named Aldous Huxley wrote a book about a future world where people worshipped science and technology. This book is called Brave New World. What would he think of the world today? Listen to what he has to say to us. I wanted to change the world, but I found that the only thing one can be sure of changing is oneself. This doesn't mean we shouldn't try to change the lives of those who want our help. After all, teachers are changing the world every day by educating their students. It just means that the best way to create change in the world is to change ourselves. Why? Because everything we do affects those around us. When we change ourselves, we are changing the world. Today, ask yourself what kind of positive changes you can make both inside yourself and in the world around you, by simply changing the choices you make. With something to think about, this is Intisar Muhammad. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
And now here's a special announcement.
Today our school joins 27 million students nationwide in 27 schools nationwide for Pennies for Patients program. For the next few weeks we will help people who are sick with blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma. All you have to do is collect coins and other donations and put them in your classroom's collection box. Remember, every penny counts. Our school goal is to raise $500. Does your classroom have a goal?
And now here's Mr. Barish.
There we go. Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. I want to thank all of our students from the message I shared with everyone last week about making sure all students are following the expectations that you, if you are going to be leaving a class or leaving your classroom at any point in time, that you are having a pass or using your agenda book that you have. Again, all students who leave a classroom must have their agenda book or a pass signed by a teacher. And that means any teacher who's receiving a student as a buddy teacher must have a pass, or otherwise that student will not be permitted into the classroom. I do want to share that I have seen some improvement since last week. I want to continue making sure all students are making excellent decisions at Dundalk Middle School. Again, the expectation is students are to stay in their classrooms to promote a safe and secure learning environment for all students. If a student walks out of a classroom without permission or without a pass, that child will receive an appropriate consequence from the team leader and or the grade level administrator. Again, students, we need to make sure everyone in this building is safe and secure, and we can't have students wandering in the building. If you're wandering the building, there will be appropriate consequences for you. Again, we need to make sure everybody is safe at Dundalk Middle School. Another reminder that electronic devices are to be turned off, put away, either in your lockers or put away out of sight during the course of the day. I don't want to see students losing their earphones or their electronic devices. So please, I ask that all students continue making great decisions and not allow that to happen by having your electronic devices and your earphones put away. Again, it's not part of the school day or part of the learning environment, so we want to make sure all students are focused on learning, especially as we approach our Super Bowl, which is coming up on Monday, our MSA. As I continue to go into classrooms and observe the excellent instruction by our teachers and the great learning by our students, I know I am confident that all students will be successful and have an opportunity to showcase everything you learn during the course of this year. I ask students to go into that assessment with confidence. You will be successful. You are all smart students capable of great things, not only at Dundalk Middle School, but also in life. In order for this to happen, you need to be coming to school every day on time, so that's demonstrating excellent attendance. And with that, all students will be able to be recognized with 98% or higher attendance for the month of February. You will be receiving your incentive next week. Again, students who have a 98% or higher attendance rate for the month of February will be recognized for excellence. You also need to make sure in preparation for the MSA you are coming to school with a positive attitude and you're able and willing to apply yourself. If you do that, you will all be successful. Again, not just on a test, but in school and in life. As Team DMS, we will do whatever it takes to make sure you reach your goals and maximize your potential. Let's have a wonderful day, Dundalk Middle School. Also, another reminder that this Friday, students will be receiving their interims, so we will be dismissing on Friday back to Mod 10. And we're going to make sure all students at the end of the day receive their interims on Friday. And again, another reminder that we will be having our snowball dance Thursday after school. Tickets are not on sale anymore. And one reminder from the PTSA, and this went out on a call message that I sent all parents last night, that today all money must be turned in to the PTSA for the World's Chocolate fundraiser, and that money will need to be turned in by this afternoon. We will be having PTSA representatives collecting money at the end of the school day, so please listen for those announcements. I want to also remind students about our expectation, our dress code, that students are not to be wearing hats or hoodies during the school day. I ask homeroom teachers to please review that expectation with all students. Again, hats, hoodies are not to be worn during the school day. That is an expectation that we've had all school year, as well as knapsacks or book bags are not to be worn during the school day. Please make sure the knapsacks or book bags that you carry are locked in your locker. Again, that is the expectation. I ask that homeroom teachers review that expectation, and if anyone needs clarification, homeroom teachers, please send that child to see either Ms. Harris, Mr. Wagner, or myself for clarification. Thank you. Let's have an excellent, safe day making great decisions at DMS. Now back to Emily and Intisar.
This is Intisar.
And Emily reminding you to
Stay classy, Dundalk Middle School.